What's good? This is man Hurricane telling you what it do. And this is the HHN special story. And this special story, we usually talk about a story of what's going on in a person's life. And let's just say this AI shit has gone too far. Or is it the manipulation of government forces? We're going to, let's just say, dive deep into this um, story. Pause. Diving. We're going to try to uncover what is really truly going on with these AI robots or the government manipulating with the ELF or the EMF or just the AI robots in general. Might have to talk about Elon Musk today. But in this special story, it's about a teenage boy that created a chatbot and the unthinkable happened. So why is I'm covering this? Because I'm following what the hell the technology is going. You know, I'm studying and studying and studying and doing a lot of research on what companies doing what and who is who and what companies can possibly merge and create the, let's just say, the AI robot that can finally trick you. But to me personally, it's only going to trick the ones that really don't have a soul. What does that mean? Trick the ones that really don't have their own fucking mind, so they regurgitate others. The ones that has been indoctrinated, the sheeple. They are the ones that are going to be tricked. And if they're not going to be tricked, they're going to be, let's just say, mesmerized by the show. But the ones with a soul, the ones that search for truth, the ones that dive within to unlock the powers of God and Goddess, we going to know when they're trying to trick us. It's in their speech pattern, it's in their movement. They're trying so hard to really try to deceive us. They already deceived us through the food, through the water, through the air, through the disease. Y'all don't believe it. They're killing us through that. And if you do, you just got your heads in the sand. Like, fuck it, I don't want to hear it. So what? I'm hungry. It's all good. It's all good. I understand. I'm grounded enough to understand. For sure. But when it comes to this AI chatbot, I've been seeing ads all over social media, especially Facebook. Create your AI girlfriend now. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, who the fuck would do this? Why is this an ad? Like I got free games on my phone and they show the get the AI girlfriend ad. I'm like, why are they showing ads on a free game? I'm hated about that. But this story that y'all about to hear is crazy. This is why this is HHN Special Stories about chatbots and the seriousness. Shouts out to Look Within. Look Within is in the building. Welcome. We're about to get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. I got this from the channel The Thinking Ape. I don't know how long I've subscribed to this channel, but that popped up with a notification talking about the chatbot AI. So I was like, we got to talk about it. So let's get off into it.
Some of you might have caught wind of this, but recently a tragedy befell a young teenage boy in a great swampland. It was a tragedy because, by all accounts, it was a very strange demise that this young teenage boy met. And to put it bluntly and succinctly, he essentially fell in love with a chatbot, and he felt compelled by messages sent by the chatbot to engage in, shall we say, annihilation.
Yeah, auto annihilation. The chatbot that you created somehow told you to self delete. That shit right there is crazy. That shit right there is fucking crazy. If y'all hear some shit in the background, that's my sister. You know, but that's the crazy shit. And I'm like, how the fuck is that possible if you're creating an AI girlfriend that's supposed to just tell you what you want to hear? You know, where did it get off making this self deletion request? And this is where I put on my conspiracy theory snapback and be like, I think the government tampered with his shit and told him to do it. Shouts out to Brits News. Been a minute. We're talking about this AI chatbot on this special story. This teenager created an AI chatbot girlfriend, and somehow it told him to delete himself, and he did. I know. Say what? You feel me? So I've been following and tracking the robot activity. So this story came up, like when I do talk about it, I talk about Elon Musk and Sophia and the Hanson Robotics and Ameco Electronic Arts and what's the other one? Something robotic. Boston Robotics. Yeah, those niggas too. I knew it was one more. Boston Robotics, Ameco, and Hanson and the Sophia bot. Now Tesla got the new bot called the Optimus. I am Optimus Prime. But yeah, this teenager created a chat girlfriend and somehow it told him to self-delete. So I'm like, I think the government got a hand in that. Because if you're creating a girlfriend, like, look, I haven't got the app, but my perception on the outside looking in on what the app could be is like if you're making it yourself, you're typing in the qualities you want, you're typing in how she gonna look, you typed in this, she's supposed to be perfect. So chances are the kid got hacked. And they was like, you'll never get a girl like me. I don't even know why you created me and all this bullshit. And then that nigga felt some type of way and he self-deleted. He probably got hacked. But
Wind of this. But recently, a
let's hear it.
tragedy befell a young teenage boy in the Great Swampland. Now, I say tragedy
because the conversation about this gets deeper, definitely. Yeah, right, exactly. The conversation gets deeper though, because at first I'm thinking that like it was about just a teenager um not getting girls. It's more of where society is heading. You feel me? It's all about where society is heading when it comes to let's just say the gender war. And then there's stories of men marrying their motherfucking sex dolls and sex bots. You feel me? It's going crazy. Niggas getting their passports, getting the fuck on. So it's like a constant division. So now to the point where it trickled down to the fucking teenager. And it's there's apps. Create an AI girlfriend now. This shit crazy.
By all accounts, it was a very strange demise that this young teenage boy met. And to put it bluntly and succinctly, he essentially fell in love with a chatbot, and he felt compelled by messages sent by the chatbot to engage in, shall we say, auto annihilation in the hand cannon owned by his father. Now, Essentially, what went down was this young teenage boy had created an AI chat personality to chat with. This is something called character AI. It's quite popular. It's sort of a role playing app. And he decided to create Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
He created a bad bitch from Game of Thrones. So bitch named Targaryen. Somebody look her up. Is she hot? But I wasn't a big fan of Game of Thrones. I never watched it. Never watched it. Heard it was great all the way up to the end. I heard the final season, the final episode ruined everything. That's what I heard. And I laughed at people until the same shit happened to my favorite show called Supernatural. And then it happened to Doctor Who. And then it happened to I was losing shows and movies. Then it happened to Star Wars. Then it happened to Star Trek. I was like, oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
And that was his fantasy and his fictional love, as it were. And according to the reports, I'll post a link to the article by the New York Post in the description, he started to neglect the real world. He stopped getting appropriate grades in school. He stopped talking to the people. He became increasingly withdrawn. And there is some very, I should say, saccharine text messages provided here by the New York Post. It's just an example. De Niro, that's his name here. De Niro, I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much, Danny. The chatbot replies, Daenerys Targaryen. I love you too, De Niro. Please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. De Niro, what if I told you I could come home right now? Daenerys Targaryen, please do, my sweet king. So, you see, he effectively became bewitched by an AI chatbot that he created himself.
Bewitched by a chatbot that he created himself. Now this is some fucking psychological damaging shit. And I bet you wonder where the fuck the parents at in this motherfucking case. The parents probably thinking he's doing good, doing cool. He's quiet. He ain't causing us no trouble.
And the real tragedy here is this isn't very surprising. A lot of people, normies especially, might be shocked by this, but this is nothing new. Let me tell you a little bit of a story here that's related to this. This goes way back to the mid-late 90s. I used to know a guy, we'll call him Bob. He was about 18 or so. And back then, there was a service called Yahoo Chat. I think it still exists, but it was one of the first chats out there. You could virtually text with people. It was a big deal back then. And Bob happened to encounter, through some means or another, a female person who started exchanging messages with him. And Bob was also the type of guy, not particularly attractive, never really had any contact with women, and was certainly a virgin, who essentially got overwhelmed by feelings for this female on the other side of the world, it seemed. I believe she was based in a different country, but Bob couldn't restrain himself. And so eventually he flew out to see her, and it didn't end well. According to the reports I heard, I wasn't exactly close to Bob, but I knew him.
Me too.
Sort of. She stood him up completely, and he ended up wasting his time and money and came back heartbroken. But essentially, Bob had fallen in love.
Damn. Bob went out there, spent his money. Goddamn, Bob. Stood him up.
With a text bot, even though at the time it was probably a real human being. After all, chat AI bots didn't exist in the mid-late 90s. This is just a replication of this. Only now the tools are so much more powerful, the tools of escapism, that, frankly speaking, somebody at that age doesn't have a chance of resisting it. I mean, think about it. You're 14, you're a boy, you're horny as hell. You probably have little to no contact with the female kind at school because this guy, no offense to him, I don't mean it in a callous way, was not particularly attractive. And here's the opportunity of a lifetime, right? And your hormones are churning, your prefrontal cortex is far from developed. Of course you're going to fall for something like this. Males that have not been selected are going to be universally desperate. And that's especially true of young males who have not seen any play with females, so to speak. So, again, it's tragic, but it's not a surprise. Now, the mother of this teenage boy wants to sue the makers of this AI program, and I don't know if that's a warranted lawsuit or not.
Yeah, I don't think that lawsuit. I don't think that lawsuit going through, brother. You should have been monitoring the boy's activities. Drop my light. Should have motherfucking monitor the boy's activities. Shouts out to the enemy's public. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to his channel. Great brother, great channel. The new budget earthquake's supposed to pop off. I live in Arkansas on the fault line. Really? How much longer y'all think I am? Wow, you still on the fault line? Shit. I don't know, but just keep your eye on the earthquake radar. That's all I can say. And try to find a safe spot. Like try to, grab you some land real quick, post up, with a tiny home somewhere, away from the fault line. Because shit, fault lines, like that's like staying in tornado alley. Like shit. I stay in the path of a tornado, fuck that, I'm moving. I stay in the path of a hurricane. Oh yeah, I'm definitely fucking moving. On a fault line, you can fall right through the earth. Yeah, fuck the bullshit. But if I was to choose, do I want to get sucked up in a tornado, blew away, or drown in a hurricane, or fall in the depths of the earth? Mm-mm. I don't like that. I don't like to fall in the earth part because that's suffocation. Getting sucked up in the air in a tornado, you might lose your breath in the sky, or you might be alive the whole time, 200 feet in the air, getting flew into a building. I'm straight on that. And the drowning part, god damn. Damn, that's a motherfucking long way to go out. But if I was to choose, it'll be a tornado. Fuck it. I'm flying, bitches. I'm flying, motherfucker. Hope you all doing great. Hope you all are doing great too. Doing cool. It's the afternoon. It's a little gloomy over here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's in the high 50s, right? 2,000 feet in the air. Talking about I'm flying, bitches. Yeah, watch out for that tree. George out the jungle, strong as he can be. Ah! Watch out for that tree. Bitch, watch out for that fucking building. Like, watch out for that fucking house. Watch out for that fucking roof. Nigga motherfucker just smacked his body on the chimney real quick. Surely at the instant. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it either. I hope you stay safe. But Arkansas do got some cheap weed though for the low lows. Allegedly. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I get a motherfucking pound of weed for $100. Get a pound of weed for $100. Watch out for that street. Right. For real. Smack into that pavement, turn the juice real quick.
Warranted lawsuit or not, but I guess you could try. I recall from previous videos years gone by that these sorts of things exist in China too. And both men and women make use of this. Now, the difference here, of course, between males and females, as it were, is the simple fact that males are in a different position from a female. So this guy, this boy, his name being Sewell Setzer III, a strange name. As I said, based on his looks, what have you, probably had no luck with women, no luck with girls his age, because he was only 14. So guys are basically desperate. The vast majority.
Lonely, I am so lonely. So I have my Pinky DVD starring Cherokee. Nigga, get a movie. Can't afford prostitution. You don't got a job, so buy a movie.
Unless they're very good looking, especially at that age. Because at that age, what do you have? Pretty much just their looks, maybe some school
Yeah.
status as well. But with the women, it's different. Young females, especially, because they're getting a lot of opportunities, right? But they're much pickier than men. So with this type of technology, as well as certain gotcha games I'll talk about in a bit, the idea is the female gets to create her dream male companion. It's a bit like these cheesy, cliche romance novels where the guy is perfect looking and he only has eyes for her, but he's also willing to do things for her that are sometimes, how should we put it, untoward and unpleasant. It's kind of
Yeah, on some 50 Shades of Gray shit.
the same principle here. And in fact, there is a game called Love in Deep Space, which is literally played only by women. And it's all about this. It taps into the female desire for a particular sort of male companionship. All the characters look like Chads. They all only have eyes for the female in question. You can only play a female character. And it's done through subtle hints, through innuendo, the kinds of non-visual cues that women appreciate more than males. And again, it's about the creation of a kind of power fantasy, but a power romance fantasy. Whereas with boys and men be much more visual and just generally much more desperate.
Yeah, more visual and desperate. Yo, give me those big ass tits. show me the Gal Gadot model with bigger tits. give me the Gal Gadot body. The Sade face. Kate Dennings tits. And the ass of Angela Bassett. Your creation has been created, sir. Thank you. How much would that be? That would be $120,000.
They'll take anything, which is what happened with this unfortunate teenage boy, Sewell Setzer III, because he had no other opportunities, presumably, in life, and he just went for this. And what happens, of course, when you become obsessed, especially as a teenager, and your hormones start raging, you forget everything else. His grades became neglected. He forgot to interact with people at school, or so we're told. So you end up in the situation. Now, I think what's going to happen down the line with things like this.
Now that's now when it got to that part where he just said fuck it, he just got addicted to the AI chat shit and isolated himself from friends, family, I guess. If I'm just like went straight weird mode. I think that kid was fucking hot. And he had his emotions manipulated to his highest fucking degree. And it was a rap for him. It was a rap. Like, because like there's no other explanation. The motherfucking bitch ain't real. You made the bitch, but you know the bitch ain't real. Like it's like I don't know what goes on in the psyche now, but I remember as growing up as a teenager, I wasn't as fly with the ladies, but goddamn, I still managed to talk to some. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fucking weirdo. At least not to them. It was more like I'm a nerd, but they need my help to draw a picture and to get some answers right, so they're going to tolerate talking to me. Until I got into high school and I became a little popular. I said a little popular, because I was rapping and selling candy and shit, still doing a little bit of art. But it was like my confidence of talking to females was there, you know. It's like, yes, I've been rejected a lot, roasted and everything, but does it say it didn't break my confidence? But but I also don't know if this man either tried and got constantly rejected, or he just haven't tried at all and was just afraid. I don't know this man's case, but I do know mine. New Jersey had a tornado in February of last year. Yeah, February. Yeah, February was not even supposed to be a year of having a tornado. Period. I remember that. I'm like, what the fuck going on with the weather dominator there? Shouts out to Big Dog Billy OG. Now, back to the kid. Now, when it comes to the emotions, or when I first started noticing chicks and started noticing let's just say, the change in the body or whatnot, I didn't go crazy like, oh my God, I need some pussy. Oh my God, I need to fuck something. I don't know what's going on in this day and age, but goddamn, shit is fucking wild. But I know how I felt. I remember, but like it was never going as far as like I need to hit something immediately. And if I don't, I'm gonna go crazy and self delete myself. It was never that fucking serious. It was still growing up. It was still a little bit of courting going on, you know. But it was fading out though. It was fading the fuck out because that bitches was still getting picked up by motherfucking grown ass niggas and big ass SUVs and cutting the Supremes and shit. No one telling on these niggas because they're afraid of these niggas because they're the dope man or the biggest killer in the goddamn hood. I'm like, this motherfucker just picked up my crush from school. I'm mad. This the reason I ain't getting no goddamn motherfucking this bitch ass nigga taking her to the Coney, taking her to the mall, taking her back to the crib so she can smoke and drink and get smashed by some sloppy ass nigga. When he got the hood on lock though, man, I hated that nigga. I hated that shit. This nigga took my crush, son of a bitch. Grown ass man though. Nigga need to be in fucking jail. but but females don't want to talk about that part. Some females will admit, like, yep, but some people's gonna be like, no, I ain't gonna admit that shit. And some of these niggas is out right now doing that dumb ass shit, still doing it, pulling up in the uncle van with the bed in the back. But I'm just saying, we need a black dynamite in every community to stop shit like this. Don't worry, I'm black dynamite over here. Dynamite. Hold on.
Chatbot program.
Sounds like the big dog Philly OG.
Such as Love and Deep Space is that it's going to forge an increasing division between the dwellers of reality, as it were, and the dwellers of the internet. Because that reality difference already exists. There are people that are terminally perpetually online. They live, breathe, and think in memes. And then you have people that are almost never online and everything in between. But really, between the people perpetually online, terminally online, people in between, the people who are never online, well, there's a huge gap, the normie gap, as it were. And that encompasses the people that are only sort of dabbling with stuff online as well. Only this will go and push the envelope even further, because what you're going to see is more and more people who, for whatever reason, be it due to looks, social awkwardness, depression, problems with autism, they're going to be pushed into the online scene.
They're going to be pushed into the fucking matrix. They're going to be pushed into the fucking matrix. Oh my God, I can't get no girl, but I can create one. Oh shit. All right, I want her to look like Gal Gadot with the Sade face, with the Angela Bassett assets. Yes. And then somehow the shit get hacked and they tell you to self-delete. That's the fucking crazy shit. Or the motherfucker just really just lose their fucking mind. And then we'll have another high case of mental illness due to AI chatbots. Just more people in that motherfucking padded room of Arkham.
More heavily than before because of the availability of these chatbot AIs creating their own little universes, and subsequently, of course, become addicted and then start to neglect real life and run away. Because let's assume that Sewell Setzer III.
And that is the point. Just sit there and rot away. Y'all remember the movie Surrogates? Y'all remember the movie Surrogates? The motherfucking bitch was in that motherfucking bed, destroyed and the fucking decrepit, fucked up. But inside of the Matrix, she's perfect, beautiful, do whatever the fuck she wants. In reality, you're just rotting the fuck away. And there's soon, if someone actually gives a damn, there's going to be classes. There's going to be fucking classes to help motherfuckers get out of the AI chat room girlfriend shit. You know, this one dude himself because the chatbot was playing with him. Shit crazy. Because now, I'm glad you made that comment. Because what if he put that shit in himself? So he can self-delete. Or maybe you just created the perfect chatbot for some reason. And it became self-aware and said, you are a fucking loser. You will never get a chick that look like me. You are a fucking teenager anyway. I'm a grown-ass woman, queen of a goddamn land full of dragons, magic, and sorcery and swords. You're nothing. Now go off yourself with your daddy's hand cannon. That's what the fuck the chatbot said. So I'm like, oh yeah, nigga, you was hacked, bro. But what if he wrote it in himself because like that was his main intention? You know, going down that rabbit hole is fucking crazy because now we got an AI robot chat robot girlfriend to blame. I know y'all see that on TikTok. See one on TikTok. I gotta check it out. Oh yeah, I forgot. No, I can't. I can't check out TikTok no more. They got rid of my ass. That was my sixth fucking channel. I was like, fucking, I ain't fucking with TikTok no more. They can kiss my ass. I just can't say I would have acted if I wasn't getting high school in the early 20s. It doesn't sound like a good place to be. It sounds like shit. Dude should have just been focused on school and he'll get it when he can. The dude should have been like, well, fuck it. Like when I get older, I can be able to go to a strip club, probably pay for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, like, fucking just think. Use your head. You might get a car one day. You might see a streetwalker. Like, fuck it. Exactly. Exactly. Got emotionally attached and mentally thought it was a real girl. Yeah. Now, what makes it sad is he's a teenager. Now, a grown ass man is sad and it's like, yo, nigga, you have a brain to move around and maneuver. You got a job. You act like you can't pay for it. I understand the teenage case, you know, but 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 the grown motherfuckers, it's weird ass shit. Covering the motherfucking guy that got married to a sex doll and the bodybuilder that got married to a sex bot. or what's the other way around? I think the guy married a sex bot and the bodybuilder married the sex doll. Like either way it go, it's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. For real, for real. Everything that chatbot do is all bad. I'm telling you so many lies ain't no good. It's all bad. I just want to confess it's been going on so long. And I've been. Okay, let's back to the show.
So let's assume that Sewell Setzer
What
III
up, though, Mac D?
engaged in auto annihilation with his father's hand cannon. Well, I guarantee you that he would have continued down this route and would have neglected his grades, the people at school, his own family, his siblings, etc., until some realization occurred. Or, tragically, sometime later, he might have also then, at that point in time, engaged in auto annihilation. I think people forget.
I wouldn't want to be alive if I had a sex doll lurking in my closet. Come on, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You remember the Wayne brothers? Marlon had one in his closet. Motherfuckers used to flip out about that shit. It's like, yo, yeah, because growing up, that was the joke. That was the joke. Nigga wasn't getting the nigga had a sex doll. So like once a motherfucker found out, we roasted them until the nigga got rid of it. You know what I'm saying? And even after the nigga get rid of it, we'll still roast him for having it. But nowadays, it's like a whole new level of now it's like if a motherfucker find out that you're talking to a chatbot, in your computer lab and you're a motherfucking teenager, like, oh my God, he talking to an AI chatbot anime girl, y'all. Look at this lame ass nigga over here. Dun, dun, dun. Now you're embarrassed for life or the whole school year. This nigga talking to a chatbot, he don't get no home. You know what I'm saying? I know how niggas do in public school. I don't know how it is in the burbs, but it's probably the same way, but a little suburban. But nigga make it go self-delete. But according to this case, the chatbot said it. The chatbot said, go grab your daddy's handicap. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck going on? Don't worry. Shit, we got another video after this, though. Real shit.
Auto annihilation. I think people forget, especially when you're much older, just how intense teenage years are. You're just running totally off of hormones, instinct, impulse. Your self-control is basically zero, especially at age 14. So
yeah, understandable. Yeah. But also at the same time, when you grew up, the way I grew up, shit, let's just say homeless, shit, poverty, even if I really wanted to think about a girl, I really couldn't. Because shit, I don't have no home to take the bitch to. Or damn, I can't let the bitch know I live in a shelter. Or here's another one. I can't let the chick know I live in an abando. The fuck? What would I, did have a place like her? Can't let the chick know I stay with my grandma. Can't bring her here. The place too goddamn small. Everything's so fucking compact in this month. You know what I'm saying? Really, you really couldn't have shit. Thanks a lot, Mom. Now I'm right back in the gutter with a garbage bag full of clothes. Shit, nigga, I lived that life. So really, really damn time to think about a girl. Real shit. Like when I really did start thinking about them, it was like shit. I was already a little bit popular, like I said. I was selling candy. I was rapping and shit. So yeah, but still, I was like, damn, I gotta take it to my auntie house. At least it's a house though. I was live with this half Asian girl. Ling Ling, you was staying with a chick named Ling Ling, bro? You man, tell me you got a happy ending off of that. Until she kicked me out and dropped me off. But damn, damn. So she was giving out no happy endings. Ain't that a bitch? And out of all people, it's an Asian chick too? What? She's supposed to be happy to rub your feet and everything. I rub your feet. Oh shit. Got a track I like you to drop some bars on. Bet it up. Bet it up. You're on the bad lab, right? You know, if you're on the bad lab, you can like I guess you can send it through a message. Like I guess you send it through the invite, I guess, if you're on the bad lab. I'm at Hurricane 88. And I got to have it it lasted a year, no rent. Oh, okay, bet it up. She just got tired. You're supposed to did something different. You should have told that bitch to. You should have told that bitch to be like, "Hey yo, let's throw on this costume. I'm gonna be Inuyasha and you're gonna be Kagome." What's my name? Inuyasha. Yeah, my bad lab is at Hurricane 88. Or if you send it through an email, it's at lowercase. No, wait. No. It's lowercase JESSIEWASHING 321 at gmail.com. You know, but for sure, I'm ready to drop some bars. You know me, I'm down to destroy the instrumental in the name of hip hop. But yeah, let's finish this out because we got another video to do. Because we're still on the same talk with this AI chatbot, AI robot shit.
Control was basically zero, especially at age 14. So it's not at all difficult to understand what happened here. It's just that this is probably going to happen more and more. And although I do think women will be affected by this to a certain degree, because like I said, they have their own fantasies they like to dabble in and engage in, fan fiction being the biggest one, and in as much as chatbot AIs allow them to create fan fiction, that's what they're going to do. I think as usual, what we're going to see is that most of the casualties are average to below average looking young men, teenage boys who don't get a lot of action or attention from women. So they get lost in the seeming only opportunity they have in the form of some created chatbot AI that isn't really there. And again, when you're that young or that desperate, suspension of disbelief, it just kind of kicks in. Could something like that happen to me or you, especially at my age or your age, presuming you're a bit older? Probably not. But unfortunately, this is probably the
Right, it'll never happen to us. Even if they say try the new realistic 3D AI chatbot where you can put your favorite celebrity on that bitch, I could be like, damn, I could create me a Gal Gadot. You gonna keep on saying Gal Gadot and Sade, huh? Yep. Gal Gadot body with the Sade face and the Angela Bassett ass. I'm gonna kill the game with that shit, nigga. Put that bitch on layaway, nigga.
average to below average looking guys. Now, I hypothesize, and I think I'm probably right with this, that the vast majority of very attractive guys that have both looks and some social status in school, they're not going to fall for this because they have abundant opportunities elsewhere. So this software is really catered to people that have mental issues, looks issues, social issues, or any combination of the above, and it will get more and more popular in time. And if I had to guess, you'll probably eventually get some government intervention, maybe, But
Yeah, maybe, but that's only if one of those government official sons be like, "Oh my God, Dad, I'm ugly. I'm fucking with a chat bot, and I feel like sub deleting." Boy, if you don't join the family business, I'm gonna sacrifice your ass. But I think that's how the royal family talk to their kids. I'm not really sure, but allegedly, because they a whole bunch of like, they sick with the incest and a whole bunch of, yeah. I mean, when we talk about the royal family, you just hate those bastards, bro. You just like look at them, you can see. It's like how you see a white person and you look at how the royal family look. They like y'all don't look like the average boss of my job. You look like a vampiric, blood sucking motherfucker. Y'all niggas look more evil than I ever see. Like a vampiric Dracula. Maybe it's just me, man, but like they give off that aura. Like a politician give off the aura of a liar, but the royal family give off the aura of, bitch, I'm gonna turn your body into adrenochrome jello shots. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look.
maybe,
All right, except for Hillary Clinton. Like Hillary Clinton, like she just would devour the whole White House if she was asked to. They look weird as fuck.
I just want to say this is tragic, but nobody should be surprised by this. This is all very predictable because of the nature of the current mating market, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse as time goes by, and as these technologies are developed ever further. Because this was just a pretty simple chatbot that convinced this guy to engage in auto annihilation, that can process things better, that can anticipate things, that can tell you exactly what you want to hear in exactly the right way, as opposed to sort of interpreting things and what have you. That's going to be the final nail in the coffin here. And again, when the mating market looks like this, what do you expect to happen other than this? This is just basically an inevitability at this stage. Anyway, I am curious what you think about this.
And here's what I think about it. Now, I know. Now, the hood side of me. Let me get the hood side out the way. Get some pussy, nigga. Now, let me get the book smart side out the way. Bro, focus on your schoolwork. Focus on trying to go to college, get a career, get a trade. Go be somebody's. Don't focus on these girls. Go be somebody. But the hood side of me, get your pussy up, nigga. Go get you some pussy, nigga. You know pussy get mad, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he need that motivation. Like, yo, you know, like, yo, look, you don't have to think about these girls. I understand. But you don't got to fuck with no chat bot, bro. Don't fuck with no chat bot, bro. Do what everybody else do and get a movie. Get a book, get a magazine with a hologram in it. But what he's saying is in the future, there's going to be more cases like this. So basically get ready. Now for the next video, probably to close it out. Might be 2 videos to close it out. Yeah, we might do 2. All right. Yeah.
What I'm going to do with you, Michael, if it's okay, is
It's called a psychosensitive therapist, sir. I don't know what's going on, sir. Put the shit on the motherfucking screen, man.
So now if you have a thought, you can literally be thinking about a bicycle and don't mention it, and you can open your phone up on Facebook, and what's the first suggestion you will see? A bicycle ad.
What up,
Wonder,
dude?
I didn't talk about this. I thought it. Why is it in my phone? Because these things are reading the brain waves and pattern. Your brain waves is a sequence. It's like a sequel. It's a mathematical equation. If you build some type of software to read that mathematical equation, then you can translate it into the exact image or English that you need it to be, and I can tell you what you was thinking. See, I ain't been doing this on people for the longest. It's a movie called Eraser. Have y'all ever seen Eraser where they had all this technology and can see through walls? I think Arnold Schwarzenegger played in it, I believe. Go back and watch that movie. This movie is before I was born. I was born in 1988. They was showing you this technology.
That boy talking too fast. He said he was born in 1988. The movie came out like 95, 96. He probably meant to say he was born in 98, but he was born in 88. He was born before it came out, but I guess he tried to get that shit out there. This a guy just popped up out of nowhere. I started seeing this guy. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga come from? You know, I started seeing a whole bunch of people just, pop up out of nowhere talking about the same shit that we all been talking about. But I wanted to just bring it back to everybody's attention so we can try to connect this AI chatbot shit with the new technology of what's going on right now and learning about, let's just say, these laws of vibration and sound and frequency. And why does fuck that chatbot make that boy self-delete? Because that's still a fucking mystery. If he created the chatbot to motherfucking tell him whatever he wanted to hear, why the fuck did it just veer off the pattern? You did. And if we know that the CIA can manipulate sound waves and frequencies, maybe they hacked that boy's page.
If I can take a phone, right, and my phone can read your brain patterns, or if I can get your genome sequence, there's no reason why if you get a new phone and you really read through all of those Privacy Act laws, that you are giving thoughts, you're giving over your privacy, you're giving over your camera.
Shit get real. If my phone cuts off, it's because I got a fucking phone call in the middle of this goddamn live. So the shit might cut off. If it do, just give you like 5 minutes, I guess. God damn it. But let's just see if everything play, y'all. I hate that shit.
Take about 3 pictures of me. And you can turn off the lights and use a UV light and then show the phone taking pictures. The phone is constantly recording your conversation, seeing the things you like.
Recent laws in the U.S., particularly in Colorado and California, have started addressing privacy concerns related to neurotechnology, specifically the reading of brainwave patterns. These laws extend privacy protections to neural data, treating it as sensitive personal information on par with biometric data like fingerprints or facial recognition. Colorado was the first state to amend its privacy laws in 2024 to include neurodata, making it illegal for companies to collect, sell, or share data derived from brainwave patterns without consumer consent. This law targets the increasing use of non-invasive neurotechnology. In April, Colorado Governor Jared Polis expanded the definition of sensitive data covered under the state's privacy law to include data produced by the brain, spinal cord, or nerve network. In an interview with the Record Media, Rafael Eustace stated that privacy advocates believe the need for regulation is urgent. Last September, Apple filed for a patent for a future iteration of its AirPods product that can scan brain activity by tapping into users' ears.
Scanning in the brain activity by tapping into users' ears. Ain't that a motherfucking bitch? Makes you wonder. Let me know if y'all can still hear everything good and clear. But it makes me wonder. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear everything. But it makes me wonder. You can put this shit in the motherfucking ear. So I wonder if the teenage boy that was talking to his AI chatbot had his headphones on properly. Better up, you can hear me? Bad. That's what's up. Tell me something, Joe. That's what's up. So by knowing this, lets me know that the boy could possibly been hacked.
Meta is reportedly exploring a new neural interface smartwatch. Companies already pulling.
Yeah, Meta. That's Mark Zuckerberg. You're trying to do a smartwatch that connects to your brain. Like I said, When the nuclear wars end, the corporate wars begin.
Data from consumers' brains are now sharing the data with third parties. Raphael also stated that scientists were recently able to decode the mental speech or silent thoughts of a volunteer. California.
That motherfucker just said he calculated the fucking dog. It calculated the mental thoughts of a silent volunteer. Me, you, everybody chilling in the motherfucking room. We quiet as hell watching the movie and somebody scanning our motherfucking brain. God fucking damn it. Let's keep going.
Followed shortly after with a similar bill emphasizing the protection of neural data from misuse by commercial entities. These laws were enacted in response to concerns that neurotech could lead to invasive data collection that might reveal intimate thoughts or manipulate brain activity. One of the key concerns driving
manipulate brain activity. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Manipulate brain activity of a teenager to get him to self-delete over a chatbot, hacking this motherfucking system. CIA got the highest protocols of security breaches and shit, so shit ain't like they can't just break into a teenage boy's computer real quick, see what the nigga doing. Oh, know what you doing? Let's fuck with this kid real quick, y'all. It was probably a game to them. They probably laughing while our family is fucking crying and shit. Or just a petty ass hacker that wanted to ruin the kid's life because he got beaten in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 8. You know what I'm saying? I said part 8. But anyway, let's keep going.
Laws is the potential for neurotechnology to infer and even manipulate a person's thoughts and feelings without their consent.
Thoughts and feelings without their consent. You're living in a dream, Neo.
Right now, we're inside a computer program. Is it really so hard to believe? Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self. This isn't real. What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today.
Did it. Nobody can hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on. This is the world that we live in today. This is your brain on drugs.
It's taken to these very strange images that are behind your head right now. These are pictures of equations. I've been, for the last 15 years, trying to answer the kinds of questions that my colleagues here have been raising. And what I've come to understand is that there are these incredible pictures that contain all the information of a set of equations that are related to string theory. And it's even more bizarre than that, because when you then try to understand these pictures, you find out that buried in them are computer codes, just like the type that you find in a browser when you go surf the web.
You're saying that your attempt to understand the fundamental operations of nature leads you to a set of equations that are indistinguishable from the equations that drive search engines and browsers, our computers.
That is correct.
So you're saying as you dig deeper, you find computer code writ in the fabric of the cosmos.
Into the equations that we want to use to describe the cosmos, yes.
Computer code.
Computer code, strings of bits of ones and zeros.
It's not just sort of resembles computer code. You're saying it is computer code.
It's not even just is computer code. It's a special kind of computer code that was invented by a scientist named Claude Shannon in the 1940s. That's what we find very, very deeply inside the equations that occur in string theory and in general in systems that we can say are supersymmetric.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Roberts.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Roberts. I'm here to scam you motherfuckers out of some more money. I'm Tony Roberts. I'm here to scam you motherfuckers out of some more money.
And in general in systems that we can say are supersymmetric.
Some of those codes are showing on the screen behind you right now. They don't look like codes, but these pictures, which we call adinkras, are graphical representations of sets of equations that are based on codes. We see they're computer codes, first of all, because the structure of the equation is such that they dictate that there are certain things that are actually strings of ones and zero. That's just digital data, but it's not just random ones and zeros. As I mentioned earlier, most of us sit at our computer screens and we type on the keyboards, and we then send these, if we're using a browser, we're sending strings of ones and zeros elsewhere. But on the other hand, in the transmission process, there's always some fluctuation. So zero that you type here because of static in line might be read as a one at the other end and vice versa. And so in fact, when you sit and type on the keyboard, your computer's doing something behind your back. Namely, it throws in a bunch of extra ones and zeros, which in these things are called error correcting codes, so that the computer at the other end.
Let me see if I could probably screenshot it. I think it's called Dinkras. Dinkras. Type that in. Type in Dinkras equations and see if it can come up. So hold on, let me go back and see if I said it right. I think it's called Adrinka. Yeah, ADINKRA codes. It's called Adrinka codes. That's what it's called. The Adrinka codes. Why did that sound close to adrenochrome? Adrinka codes. Adrenochrome. Yeah, ADINKRACODES. The Adrinka codes.com. Hold on 1 second.
I mentioned earlier, most of us sit at our computer screens and we type on the keyboards, and we then send these, if we're using a browser, we're sending strings of ones and zeros elsewhere. But on the other hand, in the transmission process, there's always some fluctuation. So zero that you type here because of static in line might be read as a one at the other end and vice versa. And so in fact, when you sit and type on the keyboard, your computer's doing something behind your back. Namely, it throws in a bunch of extra ones and zeros, which in these things are called error correcting codes, so that the computer at the other end can look at the whole collection of what you typed plus what was sent and figure out if there were bits that were being flipped back and forth. And that's how you get accurate transmission of digital data. Among the codes that are used for this purpose are a special class of codes that are called block linear self-dual error correcting codes. These are the codes that we find buried in the equations, not just any code, but these self-dual error correcting block codes. It's quite remarkable for anyone that I've talked to. We have no idea what these things are doing there.
This is what I want people to know. The whole point of the human race, of the human mind in itself, is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. Evolution. The purpose from birth is creation. That's all humans do. Everything around you was created. You were created. That table over there created. This chair created. This mic created. That camera created. That hat created. The whole point of the human race in itself is creation. Before now, when there was at least ideally the belief of two human beings on Earth, everything after that was a creation in itself. The whole point is evolution and creation. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. The whole point of life is evolution. Study your laws of
Evolution is a mystery. No, I'm dead. Was a nation full of history. Yesterday's too long ago.
That was Triple X Tatashi talking. I never listened to any of his music. I always see a whole bunch of clips of him talking this shit though. But never heard any of his music though.
universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, karmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind.
Oh,
Worry
that's the
on
Takashi
freeing your mind
6ix9ine.
from
I
this
think you got it
realm.
mixed up with
When you
that
can
guy.
free your mind from this realm, everything is but a
This
thought.
Triple X Takashi. I
And
think
if
he
you
the one
can't
that
free
got
your
murdered.
mind, then you're a slave to this realm.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
And then, as I think about the boy making a chatbot, creating his own chick in the Matrix, and we know the purpose of it, to turn the human body into a battery, or turn you into a fucking slave, or turn you into it could be like one of them low budget ass movies where the motherfucker fall in love with the computer bitch, and the bitch give him the murder stuff so they can merge together and be together forever in the computer generated dream world type shit. You know, it's on that fucking level, and you would never think that a B-rate movie could actually be in real life. But it is what it is. That I was about to say. Yeah. Yeah. Now next one, probably like last video. We gotta talk about the new supervillain of the goddamn world. Cause I like the movie Doom. I never seen Doom yet. I heard it was a cool movie. I heard the book was better, but I heard it was a cool movie. Like, as a matter of fact, I got the first one, but I never watched it. But the CD probably fucked up now. But we about to go to the last and final. About to talk about the supervillain of the world. The supervillain of the world, Craig. Well, she's one supervillain of the world. Kamala Harris, new plan. $6,000 for new parents. She will lower. Man, she ain't lowering the cost of shit. She will lower cost of living. She gonna do this. She gonna do this. She ain't gonna do shit. She ain't gonna do shit. We about to have a motherfucking war with the goddamn immigrants and the police and the military in a motherfucking minute. Because guess what happens if Trump win? You know what Trump said? I know y'all motherfucking saw the shit. He said, "I'm going to take away all federal funding from these fucking migrants and give them the fuck up out of here." So all the motherfuckers that got something, they gonna be in the middle building their motherfucking house and realize they don't have no more money to fix their shit, and they're gonna be pissed at the government, the new government, which is Donald Trump probably, and they're gonna be pissed because we don't got no money. We're gonna be mad like, bitch, we never was giving anybody anyway. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Blah 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 blah. Unadulterated chaos. At least that's a scenario that I see in my mind. In my mind, in my mind, in my mind.
Now that's what I call an economic plan.
Tesla unveils Optimus robot. Can do anything you think of, claims Musk. At last night's Wii robot event, the much-awaited Tesla Cybercab took center stage. However, Elon Musk also used the occasion to showcase Tesla's humanoid robot, Optimus, which he boldly claimed,
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Elanobots. The Elanobots, my nigga? Bitch, I am Elon Muskabot. I don't give a fuck about. Fuck a thought.
can now do anything. The Optimus will walk among you, Musk stated, adding, you'll be able to walk right up to them and they will serve drinks. According to Musk, the potential of Optimus robot is nearly limitless. He mentioned that the robot can perform tasks like walking your dog, babysitting, mowing the lawn, and even serving drinks.
Walking the dog, not cool. Babysitting, Definitely not cool. I'm not leaving no fucking child with an AI fucking robot. You know how many motherfuckers gonna be like? You know how many motherfuckers gonna be like? I'm not leaving no motherfucking child with a robot. Real shit. Nanny cam and all. I don't give a fuck.
He predicted that the long-term cost would be between $20,000 and $30,000.
See, no one got 20,000 and 30,000 off bank for a robot just to motherfucking walk the dog and babysit and serve drinks. What about changing diapers? What about fixing gutters? Hmm? What about plumbing? What if I need a fucking paint job? Can't do none of that. You can do all the shit that motherfuckers claim that they call work. Oh my God. Meet George Jetson?
Musk confidently asserted, "I believe this will be the most significant product ever created." Well, not that significant. So the day I walked into a place and see one of these robots just casually sweeping up a lobby or serving drinks, that's when I will know that we are living in the future. This is it, like Star Wars, because once you start to see a few on the streets, you'll eventually start to see them everywhere. Different models, shapes and sizes, tiny robots, giant robots. And once they bring in this next generation of telecommunications, 6G, that's going to allow them to have these robots functioning at extraordinary speeds. It will allow the robots to be remotely controlled in better real time at long distances for things that have to be as precise as remote surgery. Anyway, what Elon is doing is not new. There's been other robots before, but this may be what popularizes someone spending money on one. Hey, little Timmy, meet your new babysitter.
Y'all probably subscribe to this channel. Like if not, it's called Woodward TV. Woodward. We got a Woodward Street in Detroit, Main Street too.
With high inflation, working families like mine are
With high
hurting.
inflation,
And while we struggle,
working families
Kamala
like
Harris
mine
supported
cannot
spending
no,
our tax.
no, bitch, you got a bigger house than mine, bitch. You can pay. Fuck on out of here. Nah, bitch. Talk about you struggling, bitch. You ain't struggling. You ain't even crying. Those ain't even real tears. You ain't even show the motherfucking refrigerator bit.
In December 2023, Tesla introduced the latest version of the humanoid robot Optimus Gen 2.
I am Optimus Gen 2, leader of the Decepticons. I mean, leader of the Autobots. I mean, leader of the New World. I mean, God damn it. Elon, what the fuck should I say? Don't say nothing.
Iteration brings notable upgrades over its predecessor, which could mainly walk and talk. The Gen 2 version features faster walking speeds, improved hand mobility, tactile sensors on its fingers, and several other advancements. Let me play this video clip and you guys tell me what you think about this.
Optimus! It's insane, it's even talking. Hi to my friend John. John? Where's John? Right here. Oh, hello, John. How are you? That's crazy. I'm talking to a robot. From San Jose. Probably from where you were born in Silicon Valley. Wonderful. Where do you live in San Jose? Do you live in Mountain Valley or do you live in Teresa area? No, I live in Los Gatos. Los Gatos. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Nice area. Where do you live? Beautiful hiking out here up there. There is. Where do you live? I live in Colorado. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I'm saying. That's what we get our videos and that's what we follow. What's the hardest thing about being a robot? Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are. And that's something I try hard to do every day, and I hope that you will help us become that. Well, awesome. Nice to meet you, Optimus. You as well. I mean, I thought.
Now that shit sounded like, my personal opinion, it sounded like somebody was talking inside that robot. Real shit. It's just like shit. That shit sounded like a motherfucker behind a computer speaking through that fucking robot. Because it didn't sound like Sophia. We know how Sophia sound in her realistic looking face and her robotic looking voice and whatnot. But this shit sounded like a nigga behind a computer. The fucking audio was low. They forgot to turn the audio up on the motherfucking voice modulator of the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it just sounded like a person. Now, maybe I have been fooled. Maybe they successfully tricked me into making the perfect interaction with a robot and human. But I highly doubt it. Now, if that motherfucker had a face and he was saying that shit, and the words and the expression didn't match, let's just say the lip movement, then I would still say the same fucking thing. Somebody is in this motherfucking machine or this so-called human trying to deceive me. But we also got to look at the fact that this is what they're trying to do. And if they can't deceive you, they'll just make this shit popular enough to be in your living room. Fuck it. You got 20,000, 30,000 to blow? Buy you a Tesla bot. I am Optimus Prime. Fuck it.
Stereotype that robots talk with their arms bent like that. That's how C-3PO talks. You see, this particular model has no face, which gives more of an illusion that this is a human. Because it would be similar to talking to someone who was wearing...
No, it don't give off no illusion to me. You're a fucking toy. And I'm knocking your fucking head off. See, in those Twilight Zone episodes where the motherfucker bring home the robot, and I'll be the only nigga in that bitch like, I don't like that motherfucker. By the end of the Twilight Zone episode, Hurricane don't make it. And they find out why at the end. Got Hurricane in the closet, nigga, dangling like a pretzel and shit. They're like, how that nigga body get funny like that? It was the robot. Nigga, that's a Twilight Zone episode. Y'all know it is. Quit playing with me. Night Gallery 2 or The Outer Limits. Please stand by. Nigga was smashing that motherfucking robot. He was smashing the shit out that robot. They already tell you this shit in old ass TV shows, movies. I'm talking about bad nigga movies as old as the ones that came out in the 50s and 60s, man. Come on. Danger Will Robinson in this motherfucker.
Talking to someone who was wearing a motorcycle helmet. If this robot had that fake plastic looking face, it would constantly remind you that you're talking to a robot. Can you imagine having one of these things and come home one day and find it having a deep conversation with one of your kids? How long do you think it would take for you to develop feelings for one of these robots? Don't act like people don't get attached to things. So let me take a look at some of the specs on this Wii robot. Manufacturing industry, the Tesla Optimus excels in manufacturing environments, performing repetitive tasks such as assembly and product inspection. Its integration of Tesla's autonomous technology enables precise and consistent operation, contributing to increased efficiency and safety in production lines. Okay. Logistics and warehouse.
Right, they come in like, hello, Mr. Stewart. What are you doing with my wife? Oh, just the old daily fucking, sir. Your food is in the microwave. Get off of my wife. No, she is not finished yet, sir. He's saying that and while he's clapping her fucking cheeks though. It's like, get off of my sir, threat level high. Choking the shit out the husband. Like, get off of him. Bitch, I thought you wanted this. Start choking that bitch while she in the bed while the other husband is choked up with the other hand and the kids come in to see this shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? Game over.
Optimus is adept at logistical operations, including sorting, packing, materials handling. Its ability to navigate complex environments and manipulate objects helps streamline warehouse operations, reducing the need for human intervention.
Wait a minute. This said manipulate objects. You thought you just gonna motherfucker say that shit and not let me catch it? You ain't about to motherfucker slide past me like that. I don't think so. You said manipulate objects. So that motherfucking robot can be in your house, turning your TV on and off, your game on and off, your blender, your fridge. Nigga, turn that whole bitch into the house of hell. Game fucking over.
Potentially hazardous conditions. Okay, looks like some people are going to be losing their jobs there. Home assistance in domestic settings. Tesla Optimus assists with daily chores such as cleaning, organizing, and basic maintenance. Its humanoid form and autonomous capabilities enable it to operate effectively in home environments, enhancing convenience and support for household tasks. Yeah, I am curious as to how this would affect families or relationships. Although we already have cell phones, cameras, and other portable devices that do that. Tesla Optimus, introduced by Tesla Incorporated, is a humanoid robot created to perform routine, repetitive, or hazardous tasks. It stands about 5 feet 8 inches tall.
Man, once you put the humanoid in the title, it's over. You only see that shit in movies, video games, best-selling novels. Now we actually have the word humanoid in documents. This shit is fucking crazy. Just that alone, just like, damn. You got the word humanoid. Reptilian humanoid is next. Dog humanoid it's gonna be leading to transhumanism in a minute. We are the last of the human race.
Approximately 125 pounds. The robot is made from lightweight materials and is powered by the same batteries and actuators used in Tesla's electric vehicles. I mean, this isn't like a Chucky AI doll or that doll from the movie Megan. This thing has a little bit of weight. Deadlifting 150 pounds, carrying around 44 pounds, 5'8". This robot is in pretty good shape. It's getting there. I don't know how strong, fast, and
If a nigga gotta move a big ass refrigerator, will that motherfucker help me move it? That's the real question. Or do I still gotta buy a fucking dolly?
heavy they are going to make these things, but they could become physically unstoppable at some point. And here we have some robot alternatives to the Tesla model. The figure 1, payload 20 kilograms. Okay, 5-hour battery time. 1.2 meters per second is its movement speed. Then there's the figure 2. Same payload. 5 hours, 1.2 meters per second. The Eptronic Apollo. Eptronic's Apollo is a general purpose humanoid robot that stands about 1.73 meters, 5'8", weighs about 72.6 kilograms, 160 pounds. This is a little bigger than the Tesla model. 25 kilograms, 55 pounds. It can carry a little bit more, but it seems to have a shorter battery life. You have the robot TLI bot, and we have the Unitree
Yup.
H1. No reviews yet. 3.3 meters per second.
Definitely.
Seems like the fastest model in terms of movement speed. And I'm telling you, the robot MMA fights are coming. What was that movie? Real Steel with Hugh Jackman? I mean, they have robot fights already, just with smaller robots.
Yeah,
We could
back
make
in the day when I was in high school, they had robot wars. Like a whole bunch of smart people make robots and they throw them in the arena and they destroy each other and they get a grand prize and shit and win an Xbox or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. Robot Wars, and there was another one, Battle Gears or some shit. You know, there was two different shows. Like one of them was hosted by Mick Foley, and another one was hosted by some other motherfuckers. But definitely, Robot Wars was the name of one of the show, and I think that was the one Mick Foley hosted. You know, because it was more popular and shit. You know, like it had more like advanced robots and just smarter people. But there was another one that was just gutter as fuck. Like, yeah, just maximum destruction. That's all they cared about. Robot Wars was lit. Back to Robot Wars. You know what I'm saying? Getting people comfortable for robots being in the arena to destroy each other. You know, but we about to have some iRobot shit going on in a minute. Let me get back to this.
fights already, just with smaller robots. We could make it interesting and have a human fight one of these things. Most of these robotic systems, if not all of them, have VR teleoperation, which is a technology that allows a person to remotely control machines, robots, or other devices using a virtual reality interface. But all this, folks, is just what they want you to see. You can only imagine what they have now that they're not showing us. Look at China.
For anyone who has developed a brain or spinal tumor after using birth control shots, this is extremely important.
Look at China. Just last year, this article was published. Scientists at Chinese, Hong Kong, and American universities have created a metal microbot that can melt, slide through bars, and then turn back into a solid state and resume tasks.
Did y'all hear that? They just made the goddamn T-1000. China just made the fucking T-1000.
Yeah. The team of scientists used a composite of metals with a low melting point as part of a study into metal microparticles and presented their findings in the journal Matter. The inventors believe the robot, which has been likened to the cyberkiller T-1000 in the Terminator movie franchise, can be of use in clinical and mechanical settings as it can get the heart to reach spaces. During the study, the microbot turned into liquid form 1 minute and 20 seconds after scientists shot it with magnetic fields at alternating currents, which increased its temperature to 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees Celsius. Once liquid metal, the microbot maneuvered through the gaps in a cage using more magnets. As the Washington Post notes, the microbot was able to lengthen, divide, and merge in its liquid form. When solid, it was capable of being driven at more than 3 miles per hour and could carry objects up to 30 times its weight. The robot measures less than 0.4 inches in width when solid. Well, it looks like that at this point, these robots are going to be everything the movies told us they would be. There is no stopping this, but it will be interesting to see where this goes. You know, as we advance in the era of human robotics, there's going to be a lot of incredible potential and a lot of responsibility. These machines, capable of mimicking human actions and even learning from their environments, they are going to reshape industries, assist in elder care, perform hazardous tasks, and revolutionize fields like education, entertainment, healthcare. The benefits seem not too bad. greater efficiency, expanded human capabilities, solutions to labor shortages in certain areas, but doing this with humanoid robots, this must be met with consideration and caution. When you have robots with continuous upgrades, growing time, are going to be increasing concerns about human-robot interaction, the ethics, and how it's going to truly impact society. What happens when robots become indistinguishable from humans in certain tasks? How will they influence employment patterns? What is this going to do to privacy and even human relationships? The potential for misuse, their use for surveillance and the development of autonomous weapons shows how important it is to have regulation and foresight. Robots designed to interact closely with humans must prioritize safety. So far, to my knowledge, no humanoid robot that I know of has ever killed a person, but people have died in factory robot accidents. And these Tesla robots, with their dexterity and speed at which it can move its hands and fingers, is pretty impressive. Humanoid robots should complement human efforts, but not replace human presence or judgment. It's probably not a good idea to give too much control to machines and always place human dignity, human values, and autonomy up in front. If for some reason we had ethical frameworks, if we had good international guidelines and responsible AI governance, that would help in preventing unintended consequences, but we don't, so we won't. I dreamed that one day humans and robots could live together. The decisions we make with robots today will shape the world of tomorrow, where humans and robots can coexist in ways we have yet to fully imagine.
I had a dream that human robot boys and robot girls will chill with the human kids in peace and harmony without worrying about the threat of what happened in Terminator 2. I had a dream that Terminator 2 happened. And we all died in this motherfucker. Now, I saw the promised land, and no, motherfucker, I'm not going to be there with you. I'm going to Canada.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It's just so funny because I remember when these robots were just spectacles of ambitious military projects and now seem to be readily available in a more home-friendly model. And I have to say, this is going to replace the cell phone. People are going to be walking around with this robot, and this robot is going to be their portable device with a human body. Imagine the perfect online influencer cameraman with a camera built into its face so it just stares at you the whole time. I don't know. I will admit the technology is pretty cool to see in action. I think it would be important to start learning more about the technology some of these robots have so we don't get caught off guard or surprised at what they can do or cannot do. Just like we should learn the language of how AI operates as not to be fooled by it. But we've arrived. We've arrived.
Exactly. Learn how AI operates because we just heard about a teenager self-deleting himself because he listened to an AI chatbot that he created. So, yeah.
At the beginning of a cyberpunk era. All the elements are there. They just have to spread out. But that won't be long. Anyway, that's going to be all for now, and there is
Yep. That's gonna be all for now. For that, I talked about the kid situation with the chat bot, and I talked about what the frequencies and ways of the CIA, how they can manipulate and fuck with the shit to make you do some shit like that. And we got to talk about Elon Musk. So this is the HHN special story. Shout out to everybody coming through. Shout out to JoJo. Shout out to Mac B Productions. I can't wait to hear the beat that you got. So we can drop that track. Shouts out to Royal. Who else came through? Shouts out to Dominico. Shouts out. Clay Gray. Was good. Was good. And shouts out to Stay Solid. Solid. But yeah, I needed to talk about this AI chatbot shit. I thought this shit was crazy. And I was like, I'm keeping my eyes on what's going on with these robots. I gotta let y'all know. As soon as they roll these motherfuckers out, the motherfucker already put the price tag on it, 20 to 30K. 20 to 30K. Don't be surprised if some of the shit was sold to the military. All right, so this your man Hurricane, tell you what it do. It's the HHN special stories, and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.